back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So today we are going to wrap up April. This isn't everything. This is the majority. I have another video coming out, not sure when, for something else, and some of the books that I read in April will be on there. So let's just start with the first one. So the first one I read was Clicked by Tamara Ireland Stone. And this is a middle grade, and it was awesome. This is about Allie, who is a coder. She went to an all-girls coder camp. While she was there, she made this really cool app called Clicked. And what you do is you take a quiz, and then it will match you up with your results to other people who have the same interest. And your phone's going to do these weird things where they're going to make certain noises and change colors when you get close to these people. And you have a leaderboard, and it seems super fun. She worked on it all summer, and then she presented it at the end of the summer at the camp. And then she was invited to go to another competition. It's called Games for Good, I think, something like that. And she was super excited about it. She told her friends, and then she wound up releasing the app like around the school, and everything seems to be running smoothly. But before you know it, there is some malfunction where personal information could possibly come out. So she has to get that fixed, and she has 1 week from when she releases it till the time that she has to present it, and she's very scared that she's not going to have anything to present. So there's a lot like on her shoulders to fix her glitch. And then throw in her arch nemesis, Nathan, who also has an app that will be competing at this competition. So we have that drama there. And then with the leaderboard, her and her friends are kind of having a little bit of drama because, it's moving all the leaderboard around. And it was just like typical middle school type drama. It was pretty fun. And the cool thing about the book, I like the fact that it had like screenshots and stuff from cell phones and emails and whatnot. So it was very multimedia within the book. Super awesome. If you haven't read it, be sure to. It is super cool. And they have a second book out. I can't think of what the name of it is, but I own it. I already own it. It's on Abby's shelf. So I need to read that one too. And then I read Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. This one is about this island, Moreau Island, I believe is what it's called. Yes. There's a tale behind it about people from, I believe it was some type of like war or whatever. They wound up getting stranded there. There was some cannibalism and stuff like that. And it's just been, nobody's been on it, but like some people decide they want to venture out in that direction. So, Lux is one of the main characters, and she traveled to Hawaii to meet up with Nico, the guy, and they're going to go on this journey sailing, but things start to happen where, before you know it, it's been months, they haven't left, this is wrong, that's wrong, and she's working at a hotel, all this stuff. Well, two girls approach Nico, and they're going to pay him an amount of money to bring him to this island. And so they agree, and Lux goes along with him. They go to this island. It's the four of them, and when they get there, they have some other people that are there, 2 other people, so it was 6 people total, and they're hanging out and they're just having a good time or whatever. And then people start to like wind up dead and disappear and things like that. So we have to kind of watch what's going on. Are the rumors true about this island? Are they not? And y'all, this ending in this book, did not see that coming whatsoever. But I thought it was really good. It had just enough drama to keep you intrigued with it. And I wanted to know the mystery of the island, so that was pretty neat too. Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughn. This one it kind of held me interested enough, and I kind of want to watch the series on Netflix about it now. This is basically the journey through a very charismatic, well-known man who is suspected of raping his former mistress. And in the book, you're seeing the majority of everything through the eyes of his wife, because he is married, and the eyes of the female lawyer, prosecutor person. So we get to see how the wife handles it, how the lawyer handles it, and just what would a rape trial consist of. And will this handsome man be saved by, quote unquote, the good old boys, you know? Like, he's a man's man. Maybe they'll get him out of this stuff. Who knows? Because he's got the connections. But, so basically it's reading what would happen in a convicted, like a suspected rape trial, and then how life at home is living with the man who you thought you knew, but apparently you didn't. So, like I said, I enjoyed it, and I really want to watch the Netflix series and see how different it is, how the same it is, and just to visibly see it versus reading it and thinking it. Alice Feeney's His and Her. This one was, His and Hers, excuse me. This one's about a woman who is murdered in Blackdown, and Anna Andrews is the newsreader that is put on this case, and Detective Jack Harper is the detective on the case, which is Anna's ex-husband. So immediately, we have a little clashing there with them two, but as we're reading the book and trying to figure out why this woman was murdered, who did it, and how Jack winds up being a suspect in his own case, there's like a third-party voice that shows up randomly, and the details that are given there, you're trying to figure out who's the third-party voice, third-party person that is speaking in the book as well. So there was times when I was leaning towards one person, but then stuff would shift to look a little shady, and then I'd go the other way. And then it got to the point I couldn't even figure out who was who, because I was trying to figure out who the third person is, or like that third point of view. But shocking twisters. I thought it was really good. If you want a book that you're not going to immediately guess, this one. I did not immediately guess, and even when they kind of started revealing some of the stuff, still didn't believe it till it like completely played out. I was like, huh? What? So, really good. Definitely pick this one up if you want something that's going to mess with your mind psychologically. These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This one was a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, and this one had Juliet and Roma in them, and they are both ahead, like top of kind of their gang. They're on opposite gangs, and there is something out there that is causing people to rip their own throats out, and they're calling it the madness, but they don't know what the madness is, who's behind the madness, how to cure the madness, and why is it happening to begin with. So this book brings you through how the gangs work against each other, alongside each other, to figure out who is responsible for the madness that is causing people to die, basically kill themselves. And it's not just affecting the members of one of the gangs, but both, and then some innocent bystanders. Why can't I say that? Bystanders as well. So we get to see how they're going to work together, and they have like they have a history, but like this is years later, so they kind of like come back together, and there's a A lot of tension, both good, bad, the works. But I really enjoyed this one. I haven't really read too many retellings of Romeo and Juliet, so I can't really compare it to another retelling of it, but thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read the next one, which is, I think, Our Violent Delights. So, yeah. And then we had Every Last Secret by A.R. Tor. This one, this one right here. This one is about Kat, who has worked hard for everything. Like, she has the perfect house, the perfect husband, the perfect life, that type of thing. William is a very successful man, and they've been married for over a decade. The house next door, someone moves in, and that is Nina and Matt. Nina is a person who still has to work. She doesn't have like the leisurely lifestyle where she could just stay at home. She is a life coach type thing, and she's working on getting the life of luxury, if you may. And her husband Matt has a great job. They've been together for a while, but she's just not satisfied when it comes to that situation. What she wants is William, her neighbor. She thinks that if she can get William, she'll have the perfect life after all. So what does she do? Tries to be like this little petty thing and tries to basically get in there, split them apart, and take over. But there are so many things that happen. Some of them are very petty. Just the way everything kind of lays out is just phenomenal, and I feel like everything got tied up with a little bow at the end. And the main character, Kat, I found was amazing. Like, she made you want to keep reading to see what she was going to do in these situations. But then Nina, on the other hand, over here, she was annoying. You wanted to just stab her yourself, like punch her, everything else. And the really messed up thing is the fact that Matt was so in love with her, like he worshipped the ground she walked on, and all she could do was try to get William. So yeah, it was a wild ride. Just shows you that just because somebody's nice on the outside doesn't mean that they're conniving, trying to stab you in the back and take what you have because they want it like a big old baby. So yeah, I absolutely loved this book. I think this is the first one I read by A.R. Tor, and it won't be the last. I absolutely loved her writing style, the way she revealed things, the twist as they came. So yeah, I'm definitely going to look into more of her books. But this one, 4.5, 5 stars. Like, it's up there. It's a really good read. And the last two we're going to do together. Big Girls Do It Better by Jacinda Wilder and Bounce by Brill Harper. These are both short stories, 30 pages, under 40 pages for both of like each. And they're basically like short little stories, erotica. It's not a whole lot of character building. They were entertaining for what they were. It's kind of hot, so if you want something just to kind of like have a little bit of spice, or like some spice, and you don't want this whole novel to read, these are pretty good. And they also have multiple in each series, so you can just kind of keep going reading them. They're less, like I said, 37 pages one of them is, and the other one's 30 something as well. So you can really get through the entire series of each one very quickly if they're all about that. I don't think any of them, I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say I don't think any of them are under over 50 pages, but I haven't looked at all the page counts. But these two right here specifically they're 20 minutes you can read it, probably less than that if you're a fast reader. So it's just like a little spice, just enough to kind of, once you get in the story, it's over. But they weren't bad. I enjoyed both of them. So those are all the books that I'm going to talk about. on this April wrap-up. Had a pretty good reading month. I accomplished everything that I needed to as far as my TBR went, so that was great. And I'm currently working on May's TBR now, and I am moving right along, and the books that I'm going to tell you guys about in May are just as good, if not better, than the ones I read in April. So we shall see how the month finishes out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.